you made a change to the starting lineup. And how do you think, what went into that decision to sit those three guys, and then how do you think they responded to that?
Yeah, I didn't think we obviously didn't play well in New York, and we got away from what had served us pretty well, not only in the first two games, but in exhibition games where we're playing Dayton, who's a really good team. And in order for us to do some good things this year, our seniors have to be really good. And there's a lot. They've been given primetime roles, and there's responsibility that comes with it. And, sometimes when you're coming off a disappointing performance, it helps to shake things up. And I think the guys responded.
Did you see more of the unselfishness from the whole team that you had seen in the first two games that you might not have seen as much in New York?
Yes, without question. We had some really good connecting plays on offense where the ball's just moving and the ball finds the best shot. We didn't have that at all in New York. And if we don't have that and we turn the ball over, we're going to have a hard time beating most people. That should be a strength of ours while we're trying to improve in other areas. Obviously, our defense has to get better. We've got to continue to get better rebounding the ball, but we're good enough right now to be good offensively. But if you're not unselfish, that all that stuff goes out the window. And tonight I felt like we were a very unselfish basketball team.
Dwayne was here and said you called this a program game. In your words, what does that mean?
Well, we have some experience on the team, and I think in any really good program, which we have here at Marquette, there's people that have come before you that have deposited a lot into the program. And you can't just make withdrawals. You got to deposit something too. And our older guys should embrace that. And it's an honor and a privilege to wear the Marquette jersey. It is. I admire what the people before me have done here, players and coaches. And they've set a great standard, and there's a responsibility to live up to that. And it's something that we try to talk to our guys, and I want our older guys, they need to leave some deposits here, not just make withdrawals.
Having both freshmen starting, what were you looking for from them?
I was looking for them to compete. I was looking for them to do their job. I was looking for them to, set a great tone. And, both those kids are good players. Marcus at 17, it's hard to believe. I couldn't get myself up in the morning at 17, and he's playing college basketball. And Sam's a real good player.
And then also, what made you start Matt over Luke?
Well, I alluded to it a little bit earlier. I didn't think New York was as great a start, as great a performance for our older guys. We need more from them. So try to shake things up. I thought Matt did a real good job too.
And with Caden, obviously a much better game today. What do you think changed?
You know what? I thought he tried to share the ball and play the right way. I thought he rebounded better. I thought his shot selection for the most part was much better. And so it was good to see him do some things at a higher level.
I was going to ask about Caden, too. How much of an emphasis did you put with him on driving to the basket and making plays near the hoop instead of settling for some outside shots?
Well, we talked to him about being a player. And, players take what the defense gives them. They don't try to force something. The defense gives them drives. If they're playing for your shot, if you're wide open, shoot it. You gotta make the reads where you take what the defense gives you and not try to force action. And I thought he did a better job of that. Obviously, getting to the foul line for him was huge. And that's got to be something. He can't just be a jump shooter. He can pass. He obviously can shoot, but he also can put the ball on the floors and make plays for himself and others.
Deion got his first chance to play today and got some, had some exciting minutes. How exactly did he make his way from Italy to Texas to Marquette, and what kind of fun and jolt did he have give to your team?
Former player here at Marquette, knew his family, Bob Wojciechowski, and recommended him to us, and we had him come up in the summer and work out And, you know, Marquette's not a real easy place to get walk-ons, too. You know, I mean, it's a pricey school, and it's a hard school to get into. And Deion's been a terrific addition to our program. He had a couple of eye-opening weeks there to start, but he's acclimated himself really well. The guys love him, and you know, he's got a really good personality. He strikes the balance of kind of knowing his role as a walk-on, but also being secure and having good enough self-esteem to still be himself.
Kind of a tale of two different nights. A guy like Caden turns it on tonight, looks much better, bounces back from New York. And then on the other hand, you have a guy like Matt Helt, who is struggling right now and seems to be kind of
I thought
trying to
Matt
find his
played
own.
well. Matt did what we asked him to do. You know, we put him in a tough position. I mean, Matt's still learning, but I would not agree with that.
Fair enough. On Caden, I mean, his being able to turn it around, get to the foul line a number of times, does that start to turn into some of those shots start to fall in the offense too?
Yeah, when you're struggling from the field, you want to try to get easy baskets, either if you can get layups or you get to the free throw line. Generally, the basket starts to look a little bigger, and so when you're struggling from the field, you want to try to get a couple of those easy baskets so you can feel the basket can start to look a little bigger.
And then with a rough start, then things really turned around. What do you think was the turning point?
Rough start. You know, IUPUI is good. I mean, we weren't going to just come in and have a 30-point play. I mean, it takes time. They're a good team. I mean, if you would have watched their Michigan tape, if you were here last year and watched our game last year, we were fortunate to win. And so we had no visions of coming in and just blowing them out of the water. They're a good team. They have a chance to win their league. I thought our guys played well from buzzer to horn.
That's it.